the new rubber release. Last night there was like 2 and 5 left. Not sure how many, but this is one of the cards that I made. And this background here is using the sparkling snowflake stencil and Copics. So I have a little air compressor, and then I put my Copic in there and spray it through to create those snowflakes. So if you have a tool like that, don't forget, you can use the stencils with more than just ink. Oh, 3 candy cane kisses and 2 snow much fun. Okay, so still some out there, so go grab them. But that's how I did the stencil there using the Copic ink so that it matched the background. And then for this one, this is flock. And one of my October release cards has flock. So you can use... Now this happens to not... this I purchased flocked, but it's the same thing happens if you use the Decofoil transfer gel through any of the Kimmie stencils. This is the one I did for the October release. And then after it dries, if you have a laminator or like a Mink, something like that, a foiling machine, you put the flock on and you run it over and it sticks to that transfer gel. So you can foil or flock with the transfer gel. So I just wanted to share that and share the Candy Cane Wishes as well as the Snow Much Fun cards that I made. Okay. Anybody... Morning, Sabrina. Anybody want to see something particular? I pulled out some Nuvo embellishment mousse, some texture paste. I also have some modeling paste. I did something really fun with this for November's Scrappy Challenge. Something that you can do with modeling paste because it's thicker. I'll show you what I did. And then you guys tell me if there's something in particular you want to see, we'll do that. But what I did, you can use more than one stencil. So let me get this one out. So I put the circle stencil down. And I always use my Make Art Station. I just really like it. Modeling paste is much thicker, which is why it works really well for this. If you can tell, it's just really thick. Not as airy as like texture paste. But it works the same way. You can put it, right through. And then what I did is I took the burlap stencil and I did it without adding anything to it, and then I inked it later. And I took the burlap stencil and I kind of pushed it down into those openings so that it removed some of that paste, and then I pulled it up. So if you can see, did I freeze? Oh, there it goes. I'll pull it up closer. Let me just get some more of this. Okay. Then when you pull this off, Can you see all of that texture that's in those bubbles? Or circles, I guess. I think of it as bubbles. So it's another way to use the stencils that you have. And then when you ink over that, it's not going to ink all those places, right? So they're going to be white, or if you did it on a different colored paper. So just something really fun, a different way, like I said, to use the things that you already have and to give a different look. Let me clean this up. So super easy. I'm sure you could use other ones. I use the burlap because of all of the texture that the burlap has. All right. I just gotta put this away. Then we'll play with something else. But I just wanted to show that really quick. All right. We'll do the brick. I was going to show how I did the background for my carolers. Now, I used ruby red, but what I thought we'd do is we'd use both ruby red and berry bliss so we could look at the difference, because I really think both of them give a beautiful brick wall background. So, and then I put some wicked black over the top. Oop, let me get you on screen here. I'm going to just do this with both. All right, so that's the ruby red. Now we're going to do the berry bliss. I'm going to blend them right here so that we have a good kind of view on the two colors together. All right, there's the berry bliss. Now let's grab the wicked black. So what I did with the wicked black is I tried to kind of come in softly, kind of from the sides and from the bottom, because I didn't want it to be black. I wanted it just to have those highlights around the edges. Darken it up a little bit. All right. Did I freeze again? All right. So then when we take it off, then we have the brick. So with the black, it's not as bright, as just the berry bliss by itself, or the ruby red. But the berry bliss, I think, has that nice, deep kind of brick color. Why don't I see the comments on my iPad? Oh, you have to use the brick wall. I love that. But, I mean, right, they look different, but both look really good, you know, as far as a brick stencil. Let me clean up my mess. Clean up my stencil. One thing I do, because if I want my stencil, let me put a piece of paper under it so you can see. Did you have trouble? Because I used to be able to see the comments on my iPad, and now I can't. But if I want my stencil to be clean, what I found works really well is the Nuvo stamp cleaner. So I just spray it a couple of times. Now it has an oily kind of feel to it. So after I clean it, then I just take the regular water-based Ranger stamp cleaner to get that oily feel off of it. But I really like it takes off all the ink so that it doesn't stay dirty. If that doesn't bother you, then leave them dirty because it doesn't hurt it in any way. I just like them clean. Oh, that's it. That would work good too because of that alcohol base. All right, let's grab, we'll grab the plaid. I love this stencil too. I had a lot of fun with it. You can see the glitter that's on there because I made this for one of my backgrounds. I was still trying to get those stupid comments to work on my iPad, but no. So it's a lot of fun, and then I use just a piece of it. So we will use, let me clean off these brushes real quick. All right. I thought we could play with some Nuvo Mousse. If you've never used the mousse, it's a lot of fun and gives a nice shimmery background. I just grabbed some like Christmas colors, a dark green, a red, and what is this one? A citrus green, so a brighter green. What does it say? Mad for plaid. I know, huh? So I'm gonna pick up some of the red. It's so creamy, like it just blends. I don't like the darker one. There we go. And you can blend them, you know, together there. Someone at my door. You can hear my baby girl barking. She's protecting us. All right. So then, right, we have this nice, you can see my big splotch of red because I always have to have red. Yes, I use the brushes for the stencil, or for the mousses too. And it's really easy to clean. I just take a baby wipe and I just wipe it. There, I had a lot of red, so, and then you can use it for something else, you know, a different color, or I got it all over this one. But I really like the you know, how well it blends. So I use the brushes most of the time now, unless I'm trying to like try to dab something into a very textured space. And so then I'm just trying to, you know, dab it in there. It's the best way to explain it. Then I will use my sponges because they work best for that. But to blend anything, especially through stencils, I like the brushes. So yeah, I mean, you could have... Oh yeah, I use baby wipes all the time. I do have a, you know, like a stamp cleaner, you know, the little ones that dry, and I like those, but for this kind of thing, for cleanup, baby wipes work the best. So yeah, mix some colors, but I love the shimmer. And look, where that dark green and the red and that citrus green, it almost looks bronze right there. So some really pretty colors. You could use pieces. You could use the whole thing. Up here, it has like that orangey bronze too, where that green and that red merged. We'll do it again. We're just going to use those. I'm not going to use the dark one. We'll do less red. You know, that's not the easiest thing for me, but we'll make it more blotchy. And then we'll use the green. You can also, if you want a more watercolored look, I have seen people pull a little bit of the mousse like out like that, and then where's my water? Add a little bit of water to it, and then you can make, you know, like a watercolor solution, and, you know, like even paint it on if you like that. So don't be afraid to try new things. All right, let's see how this one looks. So how about that? That's the red and the green, and it has a lot of that bronzy color, which is really pretty. Yeah, shimmer. That's what I love about the Nuvo Mousses, is all that shimmer. It's not glitter, you know, but you get a nice shimmery look. All right, let me clean this up, and we'll play with the new Stormy Sky. I love that color. I just need to clean up my mess. clean this up. Oh yeah, the side of my desk, Sabrina, is frightening, but you can't see it, so we're gonna nobody will know. All right. We'll use the sparkling snowflakes. I love this stencil. It's like the bats. In Halloween, I added the little bat stencil to everything to give a few bats here and there. I do the same thing with this one. I pulled out some texture paste. We'll put some here. And we'll use some navy. I want that to be just a little bit lighter. I had to last weekend put a bookcase thing. It's actually a rack in my closet here down in the basement so that I had more storage because I had stuff all over the floor too. So I don't like to mix mine up too much because I like it to be a little streaky. But do what you like. Usually I use like these little tonic spatulas. If you're really trying to get in there, you can see it gets in those grooves a lot better than the like palette knife. But it also mixes stuff up, so it kind of depends. So there you go. And you can see darker and lighter because we didn't mix it, too much, which is what I really like about it. I like to have that shading and that light just by not mixing the paste up too much. And I've said this before, but it's true. That's one of the things that's so nice about Kim's inks is because of the fact that they're hybrid, they don't lose their color when you mix them. So like when we make sprays and we mix them or we mix them in paste, they're still just as vibrant. And that doesn't happen with other inks. So, get this stuff out of my snowflakes. To me, I like that. I want it to be vibrant, and if I don't, then I'll just use less reinker, right? And get a muted tone or use a muted color. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I'm like that, Danielle. I want to like fill in the whole thing. Right? It's like I left it uncolored or unfinished, but I do really like the look. Sometimes I would show you a piece I used, but it's November, so we can't do that. But it's like this one, right? if I do the whole piece, then I a lot of times just end up cutting a section away. So to have it kind of fade out gives a nice look. Now, sometimes I do the whole thing. The brick for the carolers, I mean, I did all of it because I wanted it to be a brick wall behind them. But you can get some nice looks if you don't do the whole thing. What else do we want to see? Let me put my re-inker away. I bet. Let's try something. We'll do the same thing we did. Let me see if this is dry. Nope, it's still wet. If that dries, we'll ink it before we're done. But let's do the same thing that we did with the modeling paste. Let's try it. Let's try it with some texture paste. What do we want to add to our texture paste? We could do blue again, now that I put that re-inker away. Okay. We'll grab some. Pick it up. I have all my stencils over here, so I'm just going through them. I'm going to leave the stencil on for this one. But if we push this down, we'll see how it works. I haven't tried this before, so. It kind of works. I'll show you. I'll pull this off. I just want to get this off my stencil over here. So now if we pull it up, you can see where we pushed the other stencil into it to give it some texture. Yeah, the Stormy Sky, yeah, rocks. It is awesome. I love that ink. I used it with the November ink, and it made some beautiful backgrounds together. So if you don't have it, you need it, because it made some gorgeous, gorgeous backgrounds. Not that they all don't, but it just has a nice dark. It's so rich. Yeah, I didn't say what it was, just that it's gorgeous. That's burlap. This is circles. Yeah, like it could be, right? It could be little jean patches. It just gives it some nice texture, which I don't know. I really like texture on cards. I just can't do. I love that people can do really clean and simple cards. I can't do it. It looks undone to me. It looks like I didn't finish. I look at others and I love it, but I can't do it myself. I can't leave it alone. So if I can add texture, I really like having that texture on the card. And I have a cousin that's blind, so when I send her cards, she can't see them, but she can feel the texture. So it's kind of fun for me to incorporate different textures, especially for her, so that she can feel the card because she can't see it. All right, let me set these over here. What else? Is there something you want to see? Let me get my snowflakes. You can just, I don't know, I just think they're so beautiful. They're so perfect. It's starting to dry. Let's see if we pull the stormy sky. Try to get this. Let me grab a different brush. That one is wet. So you can see how that is picking up that texture. Again, you could go in darker. I'm just trying to sprays. I've not tried heat setting the modeling paste, but we can. See what happens. I'll grab some sprays. It seems to be okay. It's not bubbling or... So there we go. We use the modeling paste. We put the burlap, beautiful burlap in it, and then inked over the top. Wouldn't that make, to me, that looks like bubbles. I do. That's what I do when I play too, because it's like, well, I mean, what if I ruin it? It's just paper. And I mean, I got this whole stupid thing of modeling paste on Amazon for less than the one that was half the size. So I don't know. It's fun to try new things. But to me, wouldn't that look cool and have some fish? I just happen to have these handy, right? Like take Hippo Ray or the Oceans of Love and have them, like, it looks like they're playing in bubbles or water. I don't know, just a lot of fun. Let's play, let me grab a bottle for a spray. And we'll split, we'll do to me, or moon craters, yeah, that would do it with some purples and some black. and planets. I mean, and you could ink the background and then put the paste over the top. I just was playing with it on white to see how it takes the ink. And usually when I'm just playing, I just play on white paper so that it's it is very inexpensive. If I throw it away, I throw it away. It's not, I don't know, once in a while, I don't know if you guys have this happen, but it's like the pigment clogs the re-inker. Oop, that was a big squeeze. All right, let me grab a couple of beads and we'll shake this. That's the one thing I didn't have over there. These are kind of little, so we'll just miss our bottle. Okay. Okay. We'll put a piece of paper. You could do this too. Look, we could put this stencil, and then we could put this one over the top. Yeah, oh yeah. Use the whole stencil for planets. Let's just, yeah, that's right. Let's just do this. Soak up some of that. That's kind of cool too. But look, when we take that off, how does that look? It's always so fun. Like, we can just spray it like this. Of course, I made a mess here, but... There you have the opposite. I kind of like it with the burlap underneath. What do you guys think? Let's do some other ones. Okay, so here's one where, that ink is kind of on there. If you don't like that, again, just do a couple of sprays. It does a good job of cleaning that up. I just don't like that kind of oily texture or remnants that it leaves. I'm sure that's what's cleaning it. So then I just clean it again. And now it's pretty clean. I could clean it again if it's, I just like to get the big pieces of ink off. The really pigmented ones, the dark ones, the red, our stormy sky, those will stain a little more than the lighter colors. It doesn't hurt anything. I'm just a little anal about that stuff. All right. Let's pull these. I really like it with the burlap in there. But it's so cool either way, right? And what about this one where it picked up that ink? It's just kind of cool. Chevron under the circles. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. All right, whoops. Let me clean up my mess here. Let me grab the chevron. You could do the spider web too. You know, if you were doing a spooky, wouldn't that look cool? You do the spider web and then do the circles over the top. So then you would have web in your circles. Like, how fun would that be? Okay. Yeah, we'll grab the chevron. And then we'll grab the circles. Oh, you're welcome. And you could do this with ink or sprays. I'm going to use the spray because and if we want, let me grab one of our other sprays. I poured it in. Let's see, what do we have here? I just grabbed a couple here. Here is sparkling sapphire, so we'll just add, it's a little lighter. We'll grab a piece of paper to soak up all that ink with. And a baby wipe. Clean this up. So that's the extra. As I drop it. There you go. How cool is that? Good. I'm glad your washing machine is on its way. I hate being without my washing machine. Or dryer, for that matter. Oops. So super easy. I mean, right? How long? We've made a ton of backgrounds. And, you know, we're just playing. But super easy to do. Anything else you guys want to see? Yeah, the chevron is cool. Oh, the dryer. Oh, yeah, I love the refills. I use the refills for lots of fun techniques, right? We can make the sprays with them. You can add them to the texture paste. You can add them. Like I need to get some more sugar Bo Bunny paste because I use the well, maybe this is not going to come open. But, there it is. You can tell my sugar is way well loved. But, you can add it. Here, we'll do some. Let me get this cleaned up. Oh, yeah, you should always have some spray bottles on hand because it's super fun. We'll just use the chevron since we have it right here. How do I mix my sprays? I fill it about 3/4 of the way with distilled water. You can use regular water right out of the tap, but there could be different minerals that interact with your ink. So that's why I just use distilled. And then I add about 20 drops, I guess, of the refill. You can add more, you can add less. It's really however dark you want it to be. And then I add some beads. And the only reason for the beads is so that it shakes. So they don't have to be real beads. They can be anything that's little enough that you can drop in your bottle, but it shakes because the hybrid inks, they'll separate from the water. And so it's just to shake it up so that you get all that pigment mixed into the water. Okay, so we're going to take some glitter. Oh, hang on. I need some more. We're going to take some glitter. And I am going to actually just spray a little bit of water around the edge here. I do that if my pastes are getting a little dry. And then when I seal them back up, it adds a little bit of moisture to the jar, which will help it not dry out. But then you just take your reinker. And then now I have a dark blue glitter paste where I had clear. And there you have it. And because I didn't mix it really well, because that's the look I like. I have dark spots, I have lighter spots, I have whiter spots. You can mix it and have it be, the same color all the way through. I generally do it this way because I like that look. But again, it's whatever you like. It's your project. So you can mix it all the way up, or you can, And I use this Make Art Station all the time because of the magnets and because it's a metal background. And you can line stuff up with your ruler too. Our inks will stain if that bothers you. I think then it just shows it's well loved. Thanks, Bridget. So grab some of your inks or your re-inkers. Maybe that should be a challenge. Grab a re-inker and use it in a, other than re-inking your ink pad. Here, I'm going to put them all out here so that we can see what we've accomplished. Here's the one we did with the modeling paste. Let me see. I'm going to run out of room here. They won't all fit on the... So that's what we created in, I don't know, 50 minutes, 45, because I think I wasn't in the right, it wasn't projecting right. So there's the shine on those. I just love the metallic feel to those. We have those, We have our brick walls in either the Berry Bliss or the Ruby Red with a little bit of Wicked Black over the top. We have our texture paste with our Stormy Sky re-inker to make these, right? You can, I don't know if you can see, right? Because of the modeling paste, they stick up off the page. So we have those. This was modeling paste. We stuck the burlap, beautiful burlap, into our circles to give it that, and then inked over the top. Here's all of our sprays. Like this, we just picked up the ink that was sitting on top of the stencil. This is the same way. Here it is through the chevron, the wonky chevron, and here it is through the beautiful burlap. And this, this is texture paste that we dyed with the Stormy Sky, and then we pushed the burlap into it. And then, of course, this we dyed the Bo Bunny sugar paste with our Stormy Sky to get this beautiful glittery background. So that's it. I hope you guys were inspired. Take some time to try out some fun new techniques. And thanks for tuning in. Bye. I should say bye.